Alright guys, good afternoon, and today, welcome back to another video, and today, but right before we get started with the video, make sure you subscribe, like the video so more people can see this video, and make sure you, turn on post notifications so you're the first one to see this video. So now let's get started on to the, video. So loading up the presentation right now. So here's our, just to start off real fast, here's our, temperatures right now. As you guys can see in the south, we're talking about in the good 90s, 94, and going into the Virginia area, we're talking about good 90s, 80s, Carolina area 90s, South Carolina, Georgia, pretty much the whole entire south, southwest, even going into the west, we're talking about some warm areas. But now you guys can see up into the, parts of Minnesota, Green Bay area. You can see right here that we have some cool air just from that cold front passing by last night. So like I said, this is later on tomorrow. It's looking pretty warm for parts of the south, and we go up into the north. Get some cool air that drops in there because of the cold front, and then up into the Wisconsin and Minnesota area cools down even towards the bottom down here, towards Illinois and Michigan. And then we talk about the west, gets pretty warm, 89, 90 degrees, 77. And then here's our high winds, our wind gust, pretty much. If we looked, our strongest wind gust is in the center of the United States, and pretty much we're talking about a good 40, 50 wind gust of later on, probably tonight. So that's really all that's there right now. So here's our rain totals. So we're talking about a good bit of rain up in this area right here in the middle of the United States. That's where we're going to see most of the rain, and we go into the Minnesota, Wisconsin area. You're talking about some rain, but not too much. Pretty low rain. So then we get up into the north where this cold front that passed by parts of the middle of the United States. Last night, some battery rain, even some hail with it. Going up in the north, talk about some rain, not too much rain with it, but probably some winds and all that. So here's our thunderstorm outlook. So severe thunderstorm warnings or watches, anything like that. So as you guys can see, we are in the red in the middle of the United States, which is one away from high. And then you're talking about in parts right outside that red. You're talking about and so pretty much, you're gonna see some high winds with it, some flooding, heavy rain, but I think you're gonna see more of that severe weather, hail, severe weather, hail, like I just said, and some more stuff like that. Some strong winds, gusty winds, heavy rains in this red, and then we go up into this area. We're talking about and then we go into the yellow right here, going into Texas, Oklahoma area, slight, and we go into the outside of pretty much right here. We're talking about not really nothing very effective. Then we go up into the north. We're talking about a slight chance of severe warnings up here later on tonight. This is all valid. Like if you guys are always wondering where the time is and when this was updated for 1630Z, and then we're talking about this is valid until Wednesday 5/26 all the way to 5/27, so till tomorrow. So this is next 24 hours. So let me read you the summary. So a regional outbreak of severe thunderstorms is expected across the central Great Plains this afternoon through tonight. The greatest tornado threat, including potential strong tornadoes, is expected between 5 to 11 p.m. Central Time. Intense damaging winds and very large hail are expected as well. So we're talking about in this red, I would say anything from yellow all the way to red, even up into here. But they're talking about the center of the United States, where we're talking about some severe weather. I think most of the severe weather is going to be in this red later on tonight. Talk about hail and all that. So moving on to the tornado outlook. as you guys can see, you see these little cross lines right here, like look like X's and all that are marked in black. That's where outside of the tornadoes we can see. And then we're talking about some red right here, which the red is 25% chance of tornadoes, which is very high for this. It's very high for probably one of the highest since a few weeks ago. And we get into the brown, we're talking about 15% chance, and then to this green, we're talking about a good 5% chance. Same thing with the north, really nothing to look for. And then we're talking about, let me read you guys a summary. A regional outbreak of severe thunderstorms is expected across the central Great Plains this afternoon through tonight. The greatest tornado threat, including a potential strong tornadoes, is expected between 5 to 11 p.m. Central Time, increasing the damaging winds and very large hail expected as well. So as this means, guys, we can see a lot of hail in this red, even in the yellow, even in the brown. We can see a lot of hail, tornadoes, supercells, a lot of strong winds. Trees could be knocked down. A lot of heavy rain. So here's our hail outlook. Like I said, right here we're talking about in the yellow. 60% chance, and then going into the red, we're talking about a good 30% chance. 30% chance is still a very high probability. Then comparing it to pretty much 5%, you know. But really, I think we're gonna see a lot of hail up in this area from red all the way in the purple. Just because you guys are in the yellow, I would not doubt if you guys get hail too. That's gonna be more of a 15% chance. Uh, Kind of likely, but I would not mark you guys out because anything's possible. It's weather, there's predictions right here. Anything can happen during these times, even within the green, but it's gonna be least likely with a 5% chance. Same thing for the north, 5% chance later on tonight. So moving on to the wind outlook, next 24 hours. All this right here you're just seeing is the next 24 hours. So this will be today and then tomorrow and then Friday I'll cover tomorrow's video. So as you guys see, our high wind probability extending all the way from Texas all the way up into parts of even parts of top going into Canada. We're talking about some high winds. We're talking about a 60% chance of high winds along with those hails and tornadoes and supercells. So it's going to be buckle down. Yeah, make sure your radios are ready for tonight because we are going to see some severe weather for parts of the center of the United States. Then we go into the red. We're talking about a 30% chance, which is still pretty high for wind. Even in this green, you guys are going to probably see a gust up to 20 miles an hour. If it may be more, but I'm talking about in this red, you guys could see a gust up to 50, even 90 miles an hour. I would not be surprised if you guys see that with tornadoes. And then going up into the north, extending all the way from Virginia all the way up into the north, and then we're going into Tennessee. And if you guys look outside of this, we're talking about 5% chance for the Virginia, and then in the middle of the north, we're talking about a 15% chance, which is high. Still strong winds, and this black right here, that means that's a possible scenario outside of the thing. Just because you guys are in the red outside this purple doesn't mean you still have a good chance of having strong winds with this this black line right here with X's on it. So as you guys can see right here, if you look, this is going to be today's this is today's, as you guys see the storm right now, looking so weak right now, and we got that cold front coming in and going into the north, going up to the north. Be a warm day for Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Texas, Louisiana, Alabama. You guys are gonna have some warm days tomorrow, and then we go up to the north. Guys are gonna cool down tomorrow, and then we're gonna go up into the Wisconsin, Minnesota area. You guys are gonna cool down also, just because of the storm right here. We're talking about some snow in here, just due to some of that cold blast air coming off of the Canada area. But then if you guys can see, we go into tomorrow. So this is Thursday, 60. So this is around 6 a.m. This is the European high resolution, I like to call it in that terms, but it's forgot what they call it, but it's something high something. But if you guys look, this is by tomorrow around 6 a.m. We're talking about some severe weather, some really battering severe weather for parts in the center of the United States. And then as you guys see, that cold front is normally moved off and has made its way off to the United States. But then we are have to worry about this right here, and this right here is going to be battering some hail. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys see hail in it, supercell, strong winds, hail sizes, golf balls, baseball sizes, even tennis ball sizes. I would not be surprised if you guys see that, along with some strong winds and some tornadoes with some supercells. Gust winds, my estimate is between around 40, I would say around 20 all the way up to around 90 miles an hour for a gust. Just because of tornado happens, you got some strong winds up in there. So then we're talking about, this is around the 18Z, so this is around 12 p.m. This is 12 p.m. pretty much around tomorrow. And look at it. It begins to span all the way down into Oklahoma, going all the way into Wisconsin. And talking about some heavy rain, but it will not be as strong as if you can go back. It's going to be stronger in this area than up here, because once it starts getting up here, it's going to start meeting that cool air, and it's going to start weakening a little bit. And this high right here, it's going to have something to play off on this storm right here, which is going to cause it to bounce down and go into the Virginia and North Carolina area, which they finally will be seeing some rain as of right now. If this high does batter off, it would be probably going up into the north. But as right now, if this high continues to stay here, we can see this low center right here going down, low center right here going down, along with the thunderstorms going down into the Virginias and North Carolina, even South Carolina area. So guys, that's going to be a wrap of the video today. If you guys enjoyed it, hopefully you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like this video so people can see this more often, and turn on post notifications. So, until next time.